So stuff like that, I think yun nga, it's not very, very fine-tuned for human life. Also yun nga,
Well,
some species can uh, some species can survive in volcanic shafts like the volcanic snails, radiation, stuff like that.
yeah.
So what was the counterpoint?
No, no, no. I was about to say, I think it's also Neil deGrasse Tyson who said the Earth is actively trying to kill you. It's a very hostile
Yeah,
place. Diba? Parang, if you get teleported in the middle of the Indian Sea, you'll be dead.
yeah.
Diba? If you lose
Also
your
yun,
house, diba? If you lose your roof right now, diba? If you lose everything, let's say you get teleported to the exact location you are right now in the Philippines, maybe 600 years ago, that would be a very, very different place. There would be wild
actually,
animals. There's gonna be a lot of disease, di ba? Malaria and everything else. Di ba? So, uh, we as humans just created these new technologies, itong mga habitat natin and communities that make it safe for us. But outside it, 'di ba, mawala ka nga lang ng konti sa kung let's say you wander to a hostile neighborhood, it would be very dangerous for you as well. 'Di ba? So yeah, there's a point in what and a good point in what you're saying.
also,
How about
I'd like to make another one. Yeah,
Mhm.
if I may continue. The thing about the distance of the Earth and the Moon and the Sun. The reason we have different seasons is because the Earth is revolving around the Sun, so the distance between them can fluctuate between millions of miles or kung ilang light year man yan. That's
Yeah.
why we have different seasons, diba? So yun nga. Also, we've had some history na it may not have been very recent, like maybe billions of years ago, where the Earth was bombarded by meteors.
Yeah.
Even the moon, the back of the moon is full of skid marks. Ilang beses na
Oo nga eh.
nabangga yung moon.
'Di ba yung ngang
So,
Theia,
yun nga,
'di
yun.
ba? The planet Theia slamming on the earth. 'Di ba it's amazing how they even knew it. Parang it's established fact at this point that once upon a time when earth was still a young parang parang molten earth pa lang yung yung earth ata noon during that time that there's this Mars-sized planet that slammed to it. Diba? And they found that out. How about you, TJ? Can you explain more on that? Baka may idea ka ba paano nila nalaman yun?
Okay. I'm not entirely familiar with the specifics, no.
Mm-mm.
Pero kaya kasi nilang tignan yung chemical composition ng bato
Okay.
ng bato, tapos may kita nila yung abundance niya sa mundo. Tapos if the chemical composition is different, then the next question is where did it come from?
Yeah.
So, meron din silang datos on the chemical composition of, say, rocks on the moon, rocks from Mars, etc., outside of the Earth. Tapos doon nila compare. So, they have chemical signatures. So, nasabi nila na, okay, ito, galing to sa ganitong planeta o galing to sa isang lugar. I do remember yung kwentong yon about the Earth being hit. I don't remember the specifics, pero ang intindi ko, kaya nila alam na merong ganun is yun, again, composition, and if I remember correctly, ano din, magnetic anomalies sa Earth. Kasi syempre, pag na-impact yan, merong makakalog talaga yung mundo, and especially
Oo.
nung panahon na molten siya. So, natatrace nila yung mga anomalies na yun using very
Grabe, no?
sensitive.
If there's one event that I can time travel to, tapos nasa spaceship lang ako, papanoorin ko yung impact na yun. As in, that would be such a sight to behold. 'Di ba? If I can do that. So, how about you? Do you have anything to add, Camilla?
Yes, I was actually about to add on to yung idea ni Charles kanina. Like, yung, I actually ascribe to the
Uh-huh.
idea na maybe we are just bloating our self-importance too much on thinking that the Earth is designed for us. I mean, the whatever yung yung cosmic stuff na nangyayari around us were designed for us, na we are alive dahil we are designed to be alive, or not because it was an accident. We just happened to capitalize on the series of accidental, incidental domino effects that happened before, and we just happened to be here. Parang ganon. And I always hear it and I always read about it, na we are sometimes considered the pests of the earth. We always call other animals as pests, but if you think about it, we are the ones that are invading their habitats. We are destroying their habitats, and yung sightings ng mga wild animals, hindi naman mangyayari yun if we didn't destroy their habitats. I also agree dun sa idea na nasabi mo kanina. Okay, nawala yung train of thought ko. But basically, ang idea is we are the weakest, we can be considered as the weakest animals in Kingdom Animalia. And even when you compare us to extremophiles na kaya makasurvive in extreme environments like halophiles, or even makakasurvive sila sa high salinity, sa thermophiles nakakasurvive sila sa high heat environment, and so on and so forth. Tayo, mabawasan lang yung habitable stuff na mangyayari sa atin. Medyo hirap tayo. And we were just really, really lucky and fortunate na we were able to get something like yung evolution natin became towards yung sentience, and we were able to have, like, we were able to think. That's basically the luckiest thing that we got to have, because we were able to also change our environment, kasi we aren't really capable of living with our environment as it is, but we were able to adapt because we are thinkers and we were able to change our environment, and that can be a bad and a good thing.
Well, to me, individually, there's a lot of things na we are vulnerable individually. We're vulnerable to predators, even the hindi medium-sized animals naman tayo, 'di ba? But I think the biggest strength ng human species, aside from the intelligence, the brain, is our capacity to work with each other and also innovate. Yun talaga eh. Kasi by ourselves, we are very exposed. We can't even go out na wala tayong damit. 'Di ba? So we need clothes. We need to clothe ourselves, unlike your cat na parang just leave him out there, may sarili na siyang damit, 'di ba? So tayo kailangan pa natin gumawa ng damit. But together, we were able to, I suppose we were able to do well, 'di ba? It will depend on how you think of humanity's effects on the world. Siguro magkakaiba na lang ng ideologies about it. Of course, there are goods and bads na pwede mong i-apply talaga about the impact of humans on Earth. Yun nga lang, that's Team Us. Di ba? Paano yun? So anyway, let's move on to the next part, kasi madami tayong pwedeng pag-isipan dito. Kasi there's this, I wanna raise this thing, yung sinasabi ng isang astrophysicist na si Richard Feynman, na it's physically yung mga aliens, since we're talking about aliens, right? So it's literally impossible, kahit mayroong ibang aliens dyan na ibang species na nakaabot sa level natin or more, just the sheer distance, it's not even the speed. You can go speed of light and you still won't be able to traverse the entirety of the galaxy kahit nasa speed of light ka na. The famous question about this is yung Fermi paradox, where is everyone? Di ba? Where is everyone? Sinasabi ng if you're generous, life should be everywhere in the galaxy, at least in the universe. And yet, we don't see any lights out there. Hindi natin nakikita yung signals na may billboard yung nasa kabilang planeta. Alam mo yun? So we don't see any proof of their existence. And they're supposed to be a lot. Diba? If you're gonna think of the Drake equation like TJ said earlier. So, isang sinasabi nitong si Richard Feynman and other thinkers is that the sheer distance makes it impossible yung intergalactic travel, interstellar, from star to star, it's just way too much. Ang sabi nga nung isang napanood ko sa video was, let's say magiging explorer ka ng lahat ng mga planeta sa galaxy, sa Milky Way pa lang. It will take you more than the age of the universe to visit all planets. Sa sobrang layo. 'Di ba? Kasi ang dami nun eh. Isa-isahin mo, let's say, just to illustrate to those who are watching. Sa Metro Manila, buong Metro Manila, iisa-isahin mo yung mga bahay dyan. Kahit may kotse ka eh. Kung iisa-isahin mo lahat ng bahay, it will take you a long time sa dami ng bahay. And the stars and the planets will be far greater than the houses in Metro Manila. 'Di ba? So you can just imagine, ang sabi nila, it will take billions and billions of years, way more than the age of the universe itself. So that burst the bubble nung alien visitors. What do you think, TJ?
Ang counter
Comicsman Crossfire is a fully independent production that champions free speech through real conversations, principled debates, and unfiltered exchange of ideas from the best people we can find. You can support this program by joining our YouTube membership, which gives you access to the unedited live streams of the episodes, or by sending direct donations through this QR code. Salamat at mabuhay kayong lahat.
That presumes that we will not find a way to travel to other, or some other intelligent life does not find a way to travel interstellar distances, no?
Mm-hmm.
Hindi pa natin alam. There might be a way to do it, and in our own science fiction has offered ways. So we do know that there is a speed limit, diba? Yung speed of light.
Yeah.
Pero merong theoretical na paraan na which Star Trek does, no? Na yung tinatawag na pag-fold ng galaxy, ng space-time. The idea is, if you travel through space-time using regular means, the fastest you can go is the speed of light. But we can't do that. Only photons can do that. Pero if you are able to fold space-time in on itself, like a tesseract, also like wrinkle in time, pwede kang tumawid from one point to the other without going the long way around, diba? We don't know if that's possible. Pero basically, that's just to say na we're taking for granted na there is no way to travel. Pero sabihin na natin na totoo yun. Let's take for sake of argument na totoo na hindi makakapag-travel yung mga species those distances. We may not be able to travel, but our communications does. And as a matter of fact, we have been sending out radio signals since at least the early 1900s. Diba? So all of our radio communications, actually most if not all of our communications are in the electromagnetic spectrum, diba? So lahat ng radio broadcasts natin, TV broadcasts natin, lumalabas yan like a bubble from Earth, and it perpetuates out into space. So kung babasahin natin kunwari 1950s, no? If we're looking at TV broadcasts from the 1950s, it has been how many years ago? How many years ago was 1950? 70 odd years.
76.
So 76, yeah, sorry. Math. So 76 years, ibig sabihin, 76 light years away na yung narating niya. So any star within 76 light years of us should be able to pick up those messages. And actually, there is a lot of science fiction that deals with this. One of my favorites is, favorite ko pero nakalimutan ang pangalan. Ano to? Yung sinasabing parody ng Star Trek, yung kay
Baseball.
Yeah, no. Star Trek.
Galaxy
Galaxy Quest, yun.
Galaxy Quest.
Ang premise niya,
Baseballs.
Well, Spaceballs is also good. I love Spaceballs. Think they're having a
Ludicrous
Spaceballs 2.
Speed.
Yes, buhay pa sila. But buhay pa si ano. What's his name again? Si ano?
Mel
Si
Brooks.
yeah, Mel Brooks. Oh, please don't croak Mel Brooks. Please don't croak. Anyway, sorry. I divert myself. So, yung sinasabi na ano, 'di ba, na dun sa Galaxy Quest, ang premise, bilib na bilib sila sa Earth kasi dahil sa layo nila sa Earth, ang nasasagap nila yung mga television broadcasts from decades earlier. So akala nila ganun yung Earth, 'di ba? So
Oo.
it is possible. Basically, all of this to say na if there is intelligent life out there and they are using the electromagnetic spectrum to also communicate with each other, theoretically, aabot din sa atin yung signals na yon. Pero kaya rin tayo nahirapan is this is actually how the SETI project worked, the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence worked. They were looking at bits of the sky and looking at radio signals, and they were hoping na may makita silang intelligent patterns doon. Pero ang problema doon is the sky is so vast and you can only look at small bit of it any given time. And again, that goes back to what I was saying earlier na problema din yung ano ba yung naiisip natin na intelligent for us? What exactly are we looking for? 'Di ba? Hindi natin alam eh.
Yeah. And also to add to that, what if there are space based beings, 'di ba? Who can travel differently, or I don't know. May baka nandun si Galactus o kaya si the Living Tribunal, mga ganong klaseng beings, no?
Mga cosmic
Speaking
being.
speaking of that, what if may ganun nga? What if may Galactus talaga, hindi pa lang siya nagagawi dito sa part ng universe natin, o kaya nakalampas na siya? TJ, can you answer that? What do you think?
Nako. Nakaisip ako doon. Then, siguro ang masasabi ko lang doon, it could be interdimensional beings kaya hindi rin natin sila nakikita at hindi rin tayo napapansin kasi they're in a different plane of existence to us.
Yeah.
So, kaya rin siguro hindi nila tayo nakikita, hindi rin natin sila nakikita.
Siguro yun na nga yung pinaka explanation doon, no? And there's this let me just add before I forget. Kasi the universe is quite old. Okay? It's right now it's either 13 billion or 26 billion. Hindi ko alam kung alin yung accepted na na age ng universe right now. And of course, civilizations come and go, 'di ba? So aside from existing thriving otherworldly civilizations that might be out there na pwede nating makita, we should also see ruins, 'di ba? Parang ang sinasabi nga, if there's an intergalactic let's say empire that existed before na within the vicinity of the Earth, let's say parte ng Earth nung empire nila, and let's say back then wala pang primordial Earth pa lang, they could have extracted the resources here, 'di ba? Na parang they could have mined the Earth and we would have seen evidence of that, maybe. I don't know. May baka nagawa na rin 'yun, 'di ba? So, and also may here in the Earth itself, pwedeng there could have been other civilizations who are advanced aside from us. 'Di ba? Yung mga ancient aliens stuff. What do you think about that, si Camila?
There was a time na sobrang na-addict ako sa ancient aliens. And I won't treat that as a documentary, but it was really fun to watch and see people so passionate about the idea that we have encounters during the ancient times sa aliens. Like, there were people na ina-ascribe yung pyramids as from the aliens, na hindi lang kasi Egypt yung yung merong pyramids. It's just one of the most popular, but there are lots of countries with pyramids. Meron din, I think, sa Sudan, sa South American countries, meron yung sa Aztec and Mayan civilizations. I wanted to go there then kasi for funsies, I wanted to say na may napanood ako na I think it was an Instagram reel. Sabi niya, we should believe the Mayans, and it indeed happened na 2012 was the end of the world, and we are just imagining stuff that's happening around us, and we're in a black hole. Yun yung idea nung reel niya. So anyway, back to Ancient Aliens. Fun din yung speculations doon na hindi yung mga descriptions doon sa mga mythologies, doon sa Indian mythology and yung sa all other mythologies na na-describe yung mga UFOs, yung mga aircraft ng aliens daw. Pero yun lang yung inaabot nung imagination nung ancient people. So, ganun yung description nila dun sa spacecraft na na-encounter nila. And meron din doon meron daw mukhang cellphone. So, meron na daw ganong technology before na nag-exist dahil nga may aliens daw. Yun yung additional evidence sa sinasabi nila. And going back to the Egyptian pyramids, sinasabi kasi doon na kaya daw possible yung aliens daw galing yung pyramids kasi hindi natin ma-replicate. But I watched an archaeologist named Cleopatra, and she discussed na possible talaga na nagawa talaga ng humans yung pyramids. Possibly may mga hindi lang tayo na-observe na yung ramp, pag binibuild nila, meron ramp doon. Tapos parang sakto, as they go along, as they build the pyramids, tinatanggal agad yung ramp. So hindi natin alam na may ganong existing. And possibly daw, water daw yung pinang-aangat. Things like that. Na possible daw talaga na may technology talaga before. And of course, we can also discount yung idea na there's no limit dun sa labor. Kasi essentially slavery yung ginawa to build the pyramids. Dagdag ko na lang yung dulo. Meron ding yung na-mention ko kanina. I'll just go back to that kasi galing din yun sa binge watch ko before na Ancient Aliens. May possibility daw na hinide yung message ng aliens on our genetic code, and we just need to decipher it or something.
Oh, grabe yun, no? The Anunnaki. 'Di ba? It's the Anunnaki, yun yung pinakang bida ng Ancient Aliens eh. Pero grabe yung Ancient Aliens, no? It's
so fun.
Yeah, well, it was may Ancient Aliens pa ba? O did it end?
I'm
Has it
not
ended?
sure. Parang hindi na yata sila nag-release ng bago.
But actually, yung Ancient Aliens, ano yan eh, yung kauna-unahang Ancient Aliens, one shot lang supposedly ata yan. And but then it did really really well. So almost everything na discuss na dun sa Ancient Aliens throughout all of the seasons, more than almost 20 seasons ata yun. Parang nire-rehash lang nila everything from the first episode. Pero it's really fun. When I first watched it, nakaka-hook talaga yung Ancient Aliens. Plus the
Yes.
characters, 'di ba? Sina Chocolus, 'di ba?
Yung meme guy na yun, aware siya na meme siya. And ginamit niya, I saw a Reddit post na siya mismo yung nag-post na pina-promote niya yung isang show niya.
Oh,
Hey, meme guy.
sino pa yun? What's the name? Yung may Z yung pangalan, Z, nalimutan ko. Ano ba yan? Anyway, they're really characters. Although, we must say na merong mga nag-debunk na doon sa mga claims ng Ancient Aliens. Meron na parang debunking Ancient Aliens. Madaming ganun eh. And, but then again, it's fun to think na may mga nag-debunk na ng Anunnaki, may nag-debunk na ng mga iba't ibang Iba't ibang mga claims nila, especially sa mga Maya, sa mga Aztec. And whether you believe it or not, yung pagkakadebunk, it's also interesting kasi it shows the human psychology eh. 'Di ba? That give like let's say yung isang interesting doon was there's this island in the Pacific that was used by US military forces as base sa nung World War II. So they had may nagdala sila ng mga planes doon, nagdala sila ng mga tangke, 'di ba? Tapos meron silang mga canned goods, meron silang mga provisions, 'di ba? So the locals were happy, 'di ba? Wow, parang ang sarap ng buhay nito, 'di ba? Parang may mga delata, may spam kami bigla, 'di ba? Meron kaming mga technology. And then after the war ended, all of those were taken away from them. They kumbaga dinala rin siya nung mga Amerikano o no na kumbaga they were left back to their old ways. So nawala yung mga spam nila. So ang ginawa nila, they started building replicas ng mga wooden airplanes, ganyan, wooden ships. And I don't know. It's kind of sad, but it shows na parang they got I don't know how to describe it. But parang it's like they're like making idols to pray for na sana bumalik yung mga taong yun, the sky people. I don't know. So it's like parang praying for aliens kung totoo yung mga ancient astronaut theories, di ba? What do you think, Charles?
So the point you're making is, are we like forming like stuff like religion because it was a plea? Bring the
Yeah, it was
aliens?
kind of like that nung ang nangyari doon. Parang it became kasi nawala yung yung mga provisions na dumadating dati kasi medyo nag-improve yung buhay nila nung time na nandun yung mga sundalo, 'di ba?
I think there's the ancient aliens theory that aliens came to Earth and gifted humanity with technologies and some powers, and some of them kind of had offsprings with humans. That's why we have cryptids like mga angels, yung mga sabi mong seraphims and stuff like that. So it might be possible because yun nga, there's yung timeline na like from millions and billions of years before humanity sprung up, and the relatively short time that we've advanced, medyo baka nandun yung theory na kinickstart tayo ng aliens, no? To be able to progress this far. Then suddenly they left. Or maybe they just went to hide under the water, or maybe they left
But
some of the
but Charles,
behind.
aren't you undermining human ingenuity?
I mean, it might have started somewhere and then humans adapted it. Pero
Okay.
yun nga, we started with sticks and stones. The pre-evolution of humanity is like we had dirt until we got fire. Fire was probably an accident too. Like we worshipped lightning because it was, we didn't understand. We thought Zeus was a thing.
Yeah. Well, actually, dun
Maybe,
sa when it comes to Zeus, have you seen videos nung Taal volcano the last time it blew up big time? I think 2020 before mag-pandemic yun eh. 'Di ba? Makikita mo kumikidlat talaga eh. Nakakatakot talaga siya. If you're a caveman watching that, puta, that's Zeus. Kung yung mga let's say yung Mount Vesuvius back then nung sa may Pompeii, and they saw it exploding, and may mga lightning, parang naglalaban sila eh, tapos nandun lahat ng I don't know if si Kronos yung may lava, 'di ba? So nandun lahat ng elements, merong lava, merong lightning, merong thunder, 'di ba? It's like
yeah,
Zeus
that was back
fighting the
then.
Titans. That's exactly what it is. It's when you see an exploding volcano, it's a battle of the Titans essentially.
Yeah, pero yun nga, that's something I'm trying to attribute to human ingenuity. Because now we understand why volcanoes erupt and lightning forms when a volcano erupts because of the particles expelled by the volcano.
Yeah.
My counterpoint is the kickstart from pre-evolution cavemen moving to our species right now, the progress seems uneven. No? I feel like there might have been a kickstart there where some extraterrestrial beings gave us a hand in understanding stuff. Because like I'm not sure how people can actually get to the concept of a microwave
Oh,
until you get like someone to explain it. Diba? I feel like a
well,
microwave is just very fast vibration, diba? Right? From sticks and stones to that there might have been something to help us. It was just like million years ago, and then thousands of years from horse-drawn carriages to internal combustion to space travel.
okay. How about you, TJ? You have you
Oh,
want to reply?
that's very interesting. No? So you're talking about the John Frum cults. These are the cargo cults. No? I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't say you called earlier. You said it was sad. I would like to counter and say they're actually quite intelligent. No,
Mm.
because the only reason why we
Intelligent.
think they're sad and well, one might use the word pathetic only because we're looking at them from our perspective of a technologically advanced species, no? Or sorry, not species,
Mm-hmm.
technologically advanced society rather, no?
Mm.
Pero kung ilalagay mo yung sarili mo dun sa panahon nila and given their technology and their state of technology and yung pag-intindi nila sa mundo, 'di ba? It was very, I personally think it is a very big leap of intelligent thought for them to see yung cause and effect, 'di ba? Na okay, these people, these gods or whatever they thought they were, the cargo came down from the sky. Uy, masarap yung pagkain or whatever. So we need to figure out. I'm just putting myself in their shoes. No? So
Yeah, yeah.
how do we make them come back? So talagang pinag-isipan nila ano yung they developed this whole religion about the things that they need to do to bring them back. So it seems primitive to us given our deeper understanding of culture, society, and even technology, you know. But from that state, if you're in that position at wala kang ibang basehan, it's an amazing thing to figure this out. Na okay, this is what we should do. Even that leap of faith na hindi kailangan gumawa tayo ng bagay para bumalik sila, 'di ba? And then they
Oh.
figured out all of these rituals and everything, 'di ba? So it's a very smart thing, no?